Hi, I'm Brad Yates. Thank you for your willingness to be yourself. Not only is it going to bring a greater sense of confidence and inner peace and all kinds of other great benefits into your life, it's also good for the world. Now, your true best self is already in there. So, what stops you from being yourself? Now, go ahead and think about that. What stops you from being yourself? Chances are there's a lot of fears there. Fear of what other people will say, fear of making a fool of yourself, fear of all kinds of different consequences. And it's not because there's something faulty about you. It's just that over the years, you've been programmed to believe that it's safer if you don't be yourself quite so much. So, we want to clear those misconceptions, those misunderstandings. And we're going to use a process called tapping, or EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Now, you can follow along through the manual first. I encourage that, and then go on to the recordings. You can start with the recordings. You can start wherever you like. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Each time you do some tapping, you're going to be clearing away the fears that stop you from allowing yourself to be yourself. So first of all, what I'd like you to do is go ahead, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. And think about different aspects of being yourself. How you think you might like to be yourself, but are afraid. Notice what you feel in your body. Just follow your breath through your body. Notice what feelings come up. Notice what memories might come up. Events from the past that say, yes, this would be dangerous. This was painful. To allow yourself to be aware of some of the reasons why you couldn't or shouldn't be yourself. Go ahead and open your eyes again. So we're going to go through a process here, this tapping process. And this is just a sample process. So what I'm going to ask you to do, as you go through the manual and also throughout this program, is to write down the different reasons as to why you couldn't or shouldn't be yourself. And it may be something general like, I'm afraid that people won't like me. I'm afraid that people will think I'm weird. It may be very specific, as in, when I was myself in the 3rd grade at that party, everybody walked away from me, and it was painful. So go ahead and write those things down. You can go through and think about them as we go through this tapping process right now. Also, write down on a scale of 0 to 10 as to how upsetting those are, how much they're controlling you, how much they stop you. 10 being, oh yeah, this is a huge block. When you have those written down, that'll be helpful as you go through the recordings, because you can keep those in mind, and as you go through the recordings, some of the incidents, some of the issues that come up through the tapping may be spot on for you. Some of them may seem like, that's not really my issue. But as you go through and tap along, it's still going to be doing clearing, and you can go back and look at your list and notice that even if it's only subtle, you're going to be getting relief on those reasons why you couldn't or shouldn't be yourself. So, taking full responsibility for your own well-being, and that's all explained in the Intro to EFT video that's linked. Just follow and do what I do. Even though it doesn't feel safe to be myself, I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though it doesn't feel safe to be myself, I choose to love and honor myself anyway. Even though it doesn't feel safe to be myself. And I have all these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't be myself. Why that would be wrong. Why that would be dangerous. And even though I'm afraid to be myself, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe all the people who taught me that it wasn't okay to be myself. They were doing the best they could, trying to avoid being themselves. It doesn't feel safe to be myself. I'm afraid to be myself. I'm afraid of what others would say. They might say I'm unacceptable. They might say I'm weird. It doesn't feel safe to be myself. All this fear of being myself. And I choose to clear this fear. Clearing this fear at a cellular level. Clearing it all the way back through my past. Back through all the times in my life where I may have gotten the message that it was not safe to be myself. That being myself opened me up to all kinds of trouble. I may have been ridiculed. I may have been punished. It was not safe to be myself. And so now I hide my real self. Probably even from myself. And I'm letting go of any need to do that. Because my real self is my best self. And being myself can lead to all kinds of benefits for myself and others. I'm clearing the fears that stop me. Clearing all these fears of being myself. I'm clearing all the old embarrassment. Clearing any old shame. Clearing any fear that who I really am isn't good enough. And that I somehow need to improve on who I really am. But that doesn't feel right. And it's hard to be confident in myself when I'm pretending to be something I'm not. The greatest confidence comes when I know that I'm good at something. And I'm better at being me than anyone else. So I'm allowing myself to be me. And I'm allowing the peace that comes from that. The peace that comes from knowing that it's okay to be me. That I don't have to hide. I choose to feel this peace. It's okay to be me. I'm allowing myself to be the best me. Because there may be things about myself that I say are the real me that really aren't. I'm clearing that stuff. Clearing all the fears that stop me from being the best me. I deserve to do this for myself. And the world deserves the best of who I am. So I'm clearing whatever stops me. And I'm allowing myself to be myself. In body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. So here's something you might do. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. And just feeling what goes on inside, following your breath through your body, say, it's safe to be myself. Just take a moment and notice what comes up. Notice what thoughts and feelings there are. Notice what physical sensations you might have. Rate that on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being absolutely. Being myself is the best thing I can do. It's fun. I enjoy it. And if it's at a 0, don't judge yourself for that. That's just old programming. We're going to keep clearing those things away, tapping those away. Just every so often checking in and asking yourself, how safe is it? How okay is it for me to be myself? Through the tapping, it's going to become a lot more okay. It's going to feel a lot safer. And you'll be enjoying the benefits of being yourself. Thanks for doing that.